Hey guys, it's Brandi Lyndall coming to you today to talk about federal student loans. Now, I know we all want the free money first, and we want you to apply for all the grants and scholarships and all the free money you can get to go to college. But for some of us, it's important to borrow money, me included, to be able to pay for school the entire 4 years or 2 years that you're going to be in college or beyond. So let's talk about student loans. First and foremost, you need to file the FAFSA. Even if you are only going to borrow money to go to college, even if you think you don't qualify, every student qualifies for financial aid by filing the FAFSA, even if it's low interest student loans. So first point, if you don't remember anything I say today, file the FAFSA, even to borrow money. Second, only borrow what you need. You do not have to borrow the entire amount. You can be selective. You can only borrow the amount that you need to go to college for a semester or for a year. So only borrow what you need. You have a choice. You do not have to borrow the entire amount. However, there are loan limits. You can only borrow a certain amount. That's determined by the federal government, and so you simply can't borrow the entire amount to go to school. There are limits, and so depending on whether you are a first year, second year, third year, or beyond in college, determines the amount that you can borrow when it comes to student loans. So keep that in mind. Only borrow what you need, and there are limits to how much you can borrow. Here's the best part of all. It's low interest. For student loans, it's in the student's name. So parents, don't worry. If your student decides to borrow money to go to college, it's not in your name. It is the student's loan, and it's low interest, no credit check or cosigner for federal student aid. For student loans, keep that in mind. You can pay it off early. You can make payments even when you don't have to. So there's lots of flexibility and lots of options when it comes to borrowing money and also when it comes to paying it off. So let's talk about the different types of student loans. For a student, there are two types of federal student loans. The first is a subsidized loan. That simply means that the government pays for your interest while you're in school. It is subsidized by the federal government. The second is unsubsidized. That simply means that the interest is not paid for by the government. It is unsubsidized. Even though it's low interest, if you're able to get a subsidized loan, that's great. Does not accrue interest while you're in college, or simply the government pays that part for you. That's great. Now, it all determines which type of loan you receive by submitting the FAFSA. So one can't simply go into the college and say, hey, I want a subsidized loan. You have to file the FAFSA, and based on the college's award letter, that determines whether you receive an unsubsidized or subsidized loan. Now, parents, you can borrow money to send your student to college. You don't have to, but it is an option. And that's completely different than student loans. It's called the PLUS. It's the parent loan for undergrad students. And so you have the option as a parent to borrow money. Now for the parent, you will need a credit check and possibly a cosigner. So keep that in mind, that for the student loans and the parent loans, there is a bit of a difference, but you both have the opportunity to borrow money to go to school. So keep that in mind. I also want you to be aware that there are some private loans out there that you may see. There's a difference between the federal, direct, subsidized or unsubsidized loans and a private loan. Be a savvy consumer. Look at the terms. Look at the interest rates. What's the terms for paying off? Make sure that you read the fine print. There is a difference, and you certainly don't want to assume that every loan is created equal, because they're certainly not. So make sure that you are picking the right choice for you with the best terms and with the lowest interest rate. That always matters. So let's say that you have decided that you are willing to borrow money to go to college. What's the process? It's simple. File the FAFSA. The FAFSA will be sent to all of the colleges that you list. The colleges, once you are accepted, will create an award letter. They will give you an award letter, financial aid award letter, with all of the grants, scholarships, and low interest student loans, plus work study if you qualify. At each college, you will receive an award letter. Once you decide which college you will attend, you will accept the financial aid. You can accept and decline any of it. At no point during the process do you have to do something. So once you've decided, I'm going to go to a certain college, I am going to accept the financial aid, including the loans, you then have to go through loan counseling, because it's very important that you understand the terms of your loans, what it takes to be paid back, and also it determines your master promissory note. So you go through loan counseling, you then sign a legal document called a master promissory note, or MPN. This is an electronic legal document that says you understand the terms of your loan, you understand that at some point it will accrue interest, and you pledge to pay it back. This is something to take very seriously. If you sign this legal document and you borrow the money, you will be expected to pay it back and meet the terms of the agreement. Now, Get to College is here to help. If you have questions, contact us in chat, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, call the office, go to our website and chat with us on the website. We are here to help you through this process. You don't have to go it alone, but we want to make sure that you have the resources that you need to make good financial good financial decisions when it comes to borrowing money and determining which school you're going to attend. So make sure, connect with Get to College. We can help you, and good luck. And make sure that you first file the FAFSA so that you can get the free money and the possible loans that you need to afford your college education. Thanks, guys.